All right, my man.
This is KMTV. We are broadcasting to you from the United States of America. My name is Nathan Charles Jackson Josh. Our lead panelist is there, waiting for this presentation. Colleague Cyrus McGill, the lead presenter of this program, hopefully will join us. And Joanne Proud C is also associated with this program. We are looking at Democratic Day in Liberia. What is unfolding from the national legislature? New leadership into office. Who are those in and who are those out? As you know, the 55th legislature resumed work today. There was election on Capitol Hill from both the Senate wing and the House of Representatives. New leadership phase in favor of the opposition bloc and in favor of the ruling bloc. Who's in, who's out? We'll be hearing from all sides in today's event. And hey, how do Liberians across the nation feel about the new leadership? I show our panelist Jackson George will be weighing in on those elected officials and those who have been elected into office. What character, what integrity do they bring to the office that they possess? We'll be x-raying them as well. Hopefully, we'll be talking to Abraham Cody, who's is currently attending the election of the members of the House of Representatives in Liberia. And we'll be talking to cross-section of Liberians. We'll paste the link for you to give your own reaction to the new leadership at the House of Representatives and Senator. And at long last, we now have our 55th leadership at the national legislature. I know some people are not in favor, but some are in favor. What it means for the Joseph Human Burka leadership? Is it going to be a smooth ride? What's going to happen during the new government when it resumes power? Jackson George, welcome to the Diaspora Talk Show, and I hope your weekend was great.
Well, Nathan, it's been a tough weekend. It's been very cold, but a lot of unfolded since we last had our show. So, politics, I always say politics is messy.
Politics is messy when it's not in the favor of
But
some people.
democracy is, we all want democracy, but democracy can be messy. And sometimes you don't get what you want,
Excellent.
you know.
Okay, so let's bring you proceeding today from the National Legislature. Members they resume their duty to help transform or lead the affairs of Liberia. New members surface from the House of Representatives, likewise the House of Senate. But let's bring you the proceeding, followed by the swearing in of new leadership. At long last, Fonati Kofa has been elected as Speaker of the 55th legislature. He replaces Buffer Chimostu. And Fonati Kofa is from the opposition, the outgoing party, that is the ruling party currently. The Coalition for Democratic Change, CDC, supported Fonati Kofa to that position. So he will be leading the affairs of the 55th legislature. Also, too, we are hearing that Thomas Farah, a staunch member of the CDC, incoming opposition member, but outgoing ruling party member, is the deputy speaker. He defeated Musa Hassan Bility today at an election ceremony held at the Capitol building. And also from the Senate wing, the female Youngbi Kanga Lawrence, the second female to head that position as Senate Pro Tem, she was elected on a white ballot. So Youngbi Kanga Lawrence is now the new president pro tem at the Liberian Senate. And we also have the leadership of that body there. There are a whole lot of leadership at the Liberian Senate. But let's bring you the proceeding, then we'll go into more details.
It means that the 55th legislature starts 40 minutes past 10 o'clock in Liberia. And that's how it is here. I want to say welcome, man. Just joining us. This is the beauty of democracy. It is right here at the grounds of the Capitol building, where the happenings politically happens. And it's good to be here to witness this historical, powerful event. Wow, very beautiful.
That's the national anthem of Liberia. You saw the picture of the capital.
Very beautiful, right there. Come back.
Really, a nice
the outgoing speaker of Buffalo Chambers. There you see him.
I'll be over the road. Hey, I'll be over the play. Over the road. Over the road. Over the play.
Outgoing. Yeah, but the place is jammed, so you cannot get a 12.
Members of the National Legislature from the representative panel are in attendance at today's ceremony. Following the official opening, new and old lawmakers in the chambers. That's from the representative wing there. Now, they officially resumed session. So that was called in. So after the ceremony, they went to election. And hey, during election, new names surface. Let's give you a prelude of how the election went.
All unfinished business left behind by the faithful. Honorable Thomas P. Fala.
That's for the deputy speaker position. The election, they were counting the results.
Honorable Thomas P. Fala. Yo. Honorable Musa Hassan Benete. Honorable Musa Hassan Benete. Honorable Thomas P. Fala. Honorable Thomas P. Fala. Honorable Musa Hassan Benete.
That was the counting there from the House of Representatives for the deputy speaker position. But hey, during the first ceremony, the members of the House of Representatives went to election and they elected Fonati Kofa as speaker. Fonati defeated Richard Kuhn, who was heavily supported by the incoming party, that is the Unity Party of Joseph Yuma Borka. So he lost to Fonati Kofa. So 36 votes in favor of Fonati Kofa, while Richard Kuhn obtained 31 votes. So the margin was so close. Lawmakers elected Fonati Kofa from the opposition bloc as Speaker of the 55th Legislature, and also for the deputies, as you are listening to the counts there, they elected Thomas Fala, who is from Lofa County. He was elected as Deputy Speaker. He flogged District Number 7 Representative Musa Hassan Bedete from Nema County. So Honorable Thomas Fala from Lofa County, District Number 1, is Deputy Speaker. He defeated Musa Hassan Bedete in the House race for Deputy Speakership there. Let me show you this gentleman picture. Musa Hassan Bedete, Thomas Fala. These are all names you go in a year on the floors of a national legislature. This is Musa Hassan Bedete. He was defeated today by Thomas Fala Thomas Farah defeated Musa Hassan Bedete. Thomas Farah is from the ruling party, but he will be in opposition in few weeks. They will be leading the affairs of the legislature. Likewise, Funati Kofa, he has been elected as Speaker of the House of Representatives, 55th legislature, replacing Buffer Chimos. That's the development from there. And then we'll go to the House of Senate. Yombi Kanga Lawrence was elected today on a white ballot. She is now the second female to obtain to extend to such a position there at the Liberian Senate. And also the Senate elected a new leadership. As you know, they have various committees who will steer the affairs of the activities there at the Liberian Senate. And some of those elected to the new leadership of the 55th legislature include Chair on Executive James Barney, who is from Maryland County. Chair on Foreign Affairs Abraham Darius DeLong was elected on that position. Chair on Public Works Abbott Chie, Grand Crook County. Chair on Judiciary Augustine Chie from Sando County as well. Others include Chair on Ways, Means, Finance, and Budget, a very crucial committee. Prince Moi, he is from Bond County. Chair on Defense and Security, Momo Saras from Lofa County. That committee was previously held by Senator Johnson, and after the sanction came upon him, there was some rigmarole. But Momo Saras, Prince Moi is now on Chair on Ways, Means, and Finance and Budget, while Momo Saras from Lofa County, Chair on Defense. Chair on Rules, Orders, and Administration, Blebo Brown from Maryland County. He was given that position. Likewise, Chair on Education, the new man on the block, Nathaniel McGill from Maghibie County. He was sanctioned by the U.S. government for corruption, and he has now been elected to that committee on Chair on Education. Now looking at Chair on Health, Daba Vabla from Grand Cape County, who replaces Vanish Shemon. She's down on that committee as chair. Chair on Health, who is Daba Vabla. Chair on Internal Affairs, our own long-serving Senator Prince Yomin Johnson from Nema County. Chair on Public Accounts, Amara Khan, and former Finance Minister from Bapodu County. He's now the chair on Public Accounts. And Senate representatives to ECOWAS, Edwin Snow and Alex Tyler, both from Bombing County. So these are some of the officials who were elected today at the House of Senate on by the leadership there. Also, too, we're looking at So these are some of the names that surfaced. Jackson, George. Let's go over to some of the clips when.
You didn't talk about Francis Dopo and Creighton Duncan from both of them. They're on the IPU. They're representative to the IPU.
Okay, I mean there will be a whole lot of chairs on different committees. These are just few of the committees. We mentioned some of them will be chairs, co-chair on different committees. Let's listen to Funati Kofa when he took the oath of office.
I have a video there for the family and help me update you. Jacob is now being sworn in as Speaker of the House of the 55th Legislature.
I, Councillor J. Funati Kofa,
do solemnly swear
that I will support,
uphold, protect, and defend the Constitution and laws of the Republic of Liberia, bear true faith and allegiance to the Republic, and will faithfully, conscientiously, and impartially discharge the duties and functions of the office of Speaker to the best of my ability.
So help me God.
Right away now.
Honorable Thomas P. Fallon,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support, uphold, protect, and defend the Constitution and laws of the Republic of Liberia,
constitutions and laws of the Republic of Liberia,
bear true faith and allegiance
to
the Republic, and will faithfully, conscientiously, and impartially discharge the duties and functions of the office
discharge the duties and functions of the office of the Deputy Speaker of the Republic of Liberia
to the best of my ability.
So help me God.
Congratulations.
Jackson George, who saw the new leadership of the House of Representatives, Fonati Kofa and Thomas Farah from the opposition bloc. Very soon they will be in the opposition bloc, taking the oath of allegiance. What do you make of? First, let's go to the House of Representatives leadership. What do you make of the election today?
I mean, I woke up this morning watching the selection process.
Election or selection?
Well, the selection process, they first had to nominate the first two persons. And I think Fonati Kofa came, he had a block. He had enough representative from the CDC already. I think Honorable Kuhn had a tall mountain to climb. He had 11 representatives from the Unity Party, and the independent bloc was even greater than the Unity Party bloc. So to have 31 votes, I think he did a lot of work. But again, CDC Kofa won because they stuck together. They were in a majority, and so apparently it was hard to crack that unit, and so they became victorious. I think listening to what he said as speaker-elect, the fact that he wants to put political party aside and work through the process. Again, they were hoping they wanted a split, but CDC got both the speaker and the deputy speaker. So we look forward to see how the House will be governed.
Yes, and the House will be governed. And this breaking news just coming in. The Unity Party claims Fonati Kofa is a U.S. citizen. They have the court summons Meg and Speaker-elect Fonati Kofa to clarify some issues here. Our reporter Jackie Dennis has been breaking that development here. We'll go into that story, but that's just a development here. The Unity Party, the court summons Meg and Speaker-elect Fonati Kofa over his U.S. citizenship. And that's been floated on social media. That Fonati Kofa is a U.S. citizen. He was elected in Grand Crew County as representative. But with the new law passed, the revision of the new law, the dual citizenship law, serving as speaker and the president, these are positions you cannot hold. I read you a few comment here, a piece written by Moses Sandy from AJA, Association of Liberian Journalists. He penned these words: a word society. Members of the House of Representatives have elected a former felon as Speaker of the National Legislature. Mr. Fonati Kofa of the CDC was elected today in Monrovia, Liberia by his colleagues. He defeated Representative Richard Kuhn of the Unity Party with 36 votes. Representative Kuhn secured 31 and of the 67 votes cast in the leadership election. In 2005, the U.S. government charged, prosecuted, and convicted Mr. Kofa for financial malpractice. Then he misapplied US $500,000 belonging to his client, where he served as town manager in Zebulon, North Carolina. He served more than 2 years of imprisonment in a federal facility for the crime committed. His law degree was also revoked and banned for practicing law in the U.S. The position of speaker is the third most powerful position in Liberia. To have a former felon convicted elected to such a position Yeah, I can't get the balance one. So that's from Moses Sunday. That was his piece there on Funati Kofa. As you know, social media have been flooded with everybody, U.S. citizenship, but it is an open fact that Funati Kofa, worked in the U.S. government, in the U.S. system here. As to whether he's a U.S. citizen, that's whether he denounces U.S. citizenship, that is still being debated. That's why the Unity Party, we are getting reports that the Unity Party Judge uh, Godi Bono Elliott of the Sixth Judicial Civil Law Court A at the Temple of Justice has summoned the National Elections Commission and the Speaker elect for the 55th National Legislature, Representative J. Fonati Kofa, after winning the speakership position. On January 15, 2024, a writ of summons issued on January 15, 2024, following a petition of declaration judgment, was filed by the Unity Party by and through its national chairman, Reverend J. Luther Tappe, National Secretary General Amos Twe, and all other officials of the Unity Party of the city of Monrovia, claiming that the Speaker elect is an American citizen. Jackson George, what's your view on this? Where are we going now?
Well, you unloaded a lot. One, Fonatikova being a felon uh, in the United States, been into Liberia, been into politics. I believe people who serve the time and repent should be granted. I believe in the second, giving people a second chance. In his case, he was there. He's been there for a long time. He served as deputy speaker. So all of those things were there. So to come at this point to bring it up that he's a felon, if he were not if it was not acted upon then, and it's not acted upon now, we have a democracy. Like I said, democracy can be messy. So he is the speaker on the issue of him being a United States citizen. The law is the law. If he did not declare that to denounce his United States citizenship in a year, and if it can be proven, then democracy is messy. That's what happens when you use the law. If people didn't use it then, some people you want to use it now. That's where the Constitution says that's what it is. So I can see where the Unity Party folks are coming from, where they're coming from to say, But the point here is, be careful what you ask for. Thomas Fala is the deputy speaker. He won with 41 votes. If he's not, let's take for instance, if Fanati Kofa is off, then Thomas Fala might be in a race. Would that change in much? I don't know. So would I look at the lesser evil if it's Fonati Kofa the lesser evil? Maybe. Maybe the rules after Fonati Kofa is off, they will go back into election. But I don't see seditions are not supporting Thomas Fala or somebody else from their block to be speaker. So we'll be careful what we ask for. Sometimes we'll bite too much, but I would say give him an opportunity and see what he does and hold that over his head for a little while. But it is what it is. They are using the Constitution. It's in the purview to do. Like we said, the president made appointments and people were all jittery about it, but that was his right to make appointment even the last day as he leave to go and turn government over. So I think the Unity Party is not doing anything wrong by going to court if they can prove it. Then Fonatikova misled the Elections Commission. He's misled his colleagues. So then the law will take its course.
What this means for the Unity Party if Kofa maintain his position. And let's get this right. Yes, Thomas Farah won 42 votes
42, yeah.
and 42 against Musa Hassan Bedete, who obtained 24 votes. So 42 votes for Thomas Farah, district number 1 representative from Lofa County, and Musa Hassan Bedete from Nema County, district number 6, obtained 24 votes. What that means for the Unity Party? What do we sense? Do we sense tough separation of power government? What do we expect?
I think the most that can happen from that end is for the speaker to bring things on the floor. Um, I think that would be the sticky part of this whole administration in terms of if the president's agenda would be fulfilled. If, let's take for instance, if we were talking about auditing, if the speaker doesn't bring things on the floor, things it wouldn't work. So there has to be a lot of backdoor communication, a lot of give and take, to make things happen. Especially if you got a speaker and the deputy speaker coming from the same block. So there has to be a lot of negotiation behind the scene, a lot of give and take in order for things to work. But to say that things are not going to work, I think things will work, but it's just going to be slower. It's going to take a lot of time. They're going to stall things to take a lot of time so that 6 years can run out. That's the most they can do. But uh, that's what democracy brings, and that's what's going to happen. So it depends on how the executive would massage the house.
So what you think went wrong? Because looking at the margin, from the race, because one was expecting, hey, from the opposition bloc, they had majority, but that was like roughly about 5 or 6 difference in terms of vote. What went wrong from the Unity Party? What did it not do wrong to put out the votes? Because they were all on social media that we would change things around. We have the numbers.
Well, I think they came close. If you look at the numbers, they came close, 35 to 31. I think it's 35 to 31, right? They,
Yeah.
they, they came close, but again, you had a lot of independents represented. I think one of the mistakes in the beginning, they did not put a lot of time into electing a lot of representative, and so that's what happened. I think politics now, political parties should look at how much you can win in both houses and not just the executive branch of government. But I think this is a new day. I think the fact that the current president, have said he's not running in 2029, opens up a new chapter in.
He believed that thing.
Well,
That
well,
man is unstable.
well, we'll hold him to that for now.
He's
But that,
unstable.
that
He said he was going to run for 2029. A few
yeah.
weeks past, he's not going to run. So people
Well,
that you don't
but
believe
let
this.
me land. Let me land. The fact that he said that opens up a new day in a coalition for democratic change, and so maybe Fonati Kofa, who was once, I think, a Unity Party partisan, could switch allegiance. Most of those people could switch over a period of time, and so we do not know, but we are optimistic that we all want a new Liberia, and we all want to build this new Liberia, and so it would take a lot of us to hold them accountable, and make it work. But I think we should be optimistic and not think that they're just going to come and stall the entire process and nothing going to be done.
When you say store which process now, the government running smooth
Well,
operation or what?
exactly, because most of the stuff, remember the, the,
But
the, the House of Representatives holds the price of the country. So if they don't appropriate and if they don't have uh, make funds available, there will be no money. So that's what it is. Most of the project could be stalled. Most of the things that the president could use a lot of executive orders, but that's not what you want to do. Using executive order for everything that you want to do.
so, but I mean, people don't want like a rubber stamp legislature. Because the president says something, then the representatives like, well, we saw doing the we are regime, and Buffer Chimo sitting there, just signing all these bogus agreements. Somebody have to come back for ratification. Some not in the interest of the people, only because it is his master desire to get this achieved. So somebody wants check and balance. So it's not only stalling, but maybe somebody want to look at it very critically.
But I think the 2023 elections open up a lot of things. I think Liberians in those districts, they have their own responsibility to hold their representative accountable, understand how they're voting. I don't know if we've been educated as to how our representative vote is coming down to the public, how they vote and what they're voting on. I think they should be involved, having town hall meetings and expressing uh, uh, what they want. And so I think this new Liberia will look different. Most of the representatives might not even, if they were to be re-elected, might not be re-elected again. As you see, a lot of them were booted out. So I think Liberians have changed. This would be a new. I'm optimistic that Liberia will change. I don't think being critical doesn't mean you have to stall the process. I would like to see representative hiring a lot of young people in the offices, people in the in law schools, people who are active so that they can get a lot of information and get these things happening, instead of having people in the offices that doing not doing much. If you know, we want our system to work, and so having young people who go into law school, having young people in your office who can do research, having your Facebook, not Facebook, but having website. If you want to research a representative or senator, where do you go? To know where they voted and how they voted and all of these things. I think that would be a development. I think that's something that we want, so that we can be able to see where they're voting, what the impact they're having in the legislature. I'm hoping that they are not coming in to build schools and clinics. I'm one person who really don't think that's their role to play, where they're building schools, clinics, and doing what government should do in the area. They should be able to appropriate funds and let the system work instead of doing it. Because if they did, how much money you think you're going to put in your school district if you yourself got a university there? So those are things that we need to change, and I think the Liberians' eyes are opening, and things will unfold, and things will change.
Things will change. Let's move over to the House, the Senate wing. The Senate elected on the white ballot Yomblin Kanga Lawrence, there from Grand Bassa County. She's been one of the lioness in the Liberian Senate, and giving her such a huge tax and what it means for our democracy. But let's play this video. Some of our supporters, friends, they crack joke saying these words.
Kubo, we are Kubo. But I'll be able to do that walk again when you're coming out. Walk what you're doing from here.
That's Senator Yomblin Kanga Lawrence there. She was elected as Senate Pro Tem of the Liberian Senate. She replaced Abochie, who's former Senate Pro Tem. What it means for our democracy, a woman, a female, long-serving, one of the longest-serving lawmaker from Grand Bassa County, supporter of the Joseph Human Boca camp as our Senate Pro Tem.
I think Senator Lawrence has gone through a lot, and I'm from Bassa as well. I think Senator Finley did the right thing, not to contest. She's been there. She's sacrificed a lot especially in this past election. She was close to be running mate to President-elect Boycott. So I think she's been there for a while. She's seen the Senate. I heard her talking about reforms that she wants to make. And so I think we're going to let us give her a chance. Let's see the first 100 days what's going to happen, and how they're going to be transparent. As she said, she's going to declare her asset, and she's hoping that others will do. I don't see her being a woman to mean, I think she's capable. I think she's going to be a good President Pro Tem. I'm just hoping that she will run a Senate that is open and transparent, so that the Liberian people can see what they're doing in there. I think that's where I want to see, but I don't have no doubt in my mind that she will do a great job.
Okay, she has done a great job. And what it means for what kind of Senate Pro Tem do you want to see from her leadership?
I think I want to see a President Pro Tem that is not always a yes sir, yes sir. I want to see a President Pro Tem that is going to fight for Liberians, going to make sure that people being appointed to government mean what they say. have oversight over some of these things that we never saw much of in the past. That people will respect the Senate. If the Senate summon a minister, that minister must show up, and don't just because you have proximity to the president doesn't mean that you can just fly free. The Liberian people business must be taken first, and so I'm looking for that reform in the Senate, where we will then start to identify their votes. We will start to know where they stand, and so we can hold them accountable in our different localities. But I think it started lit with Senator Dillon. Every time you see the Senate, there were cameras in the Senate, so we saw some of the things. But I think if they open it up and have a channel just for the Senate and the House, where you could just go on and just see what's the deliberations and other stuff that's going on.
No
I like to
secret
see,
meetings and
yeah,
section.
yeah, to see some of the things, because some of the people who are keep voting these people in the office, if they really will follow them and know what they're doing in the House or Senate, then maybe we'll change over a period of time and get what we want, instead of just not knowing, and they can tell us what they're doing. So if you Google a lot of these, if you went on their website, if you wanted to go to their website, basically you're not going to find a lot of them on website, and so I'm hoping that information will be free, information will flow, so that we be educated as to what they're doing and how they are appropriating funds and how they are managing, having oversight over some of these, the executive branch of government.
Another female who was contesting in this representative election, Mema Bridge from Bond County, expressed disappointment. She was paused to contest the deputy speaker position, but things went the other way around, and she felt betrayed. Listen to her when she spoke to the media prior to the election of deputy speaker at the House of Representatives.
To reach people dollarize the process and they let it go for the various cash they're getting, but I don't have money to get anybody. What I have is service and good governance and better Liberia, and better legislator that you will see yourself in us and you will appreciate the process. I thank God I did not deceive Funati Kofa. If he deceived me, I leave him with his God, but I stand by my word that I will not support anybody, because those individuals, they're not going to be anything in this house but a mess that we went through the 6 years. We're going to see it again. Any one of them win.
All right, so we can just
let's go. Funati Kofa, they're telling me all the good things. Today he couldn't stand for me. You think he have won? He's going to stand? No, he's not going to do it, because they are taking their party level. And I told them yesterday, this is now a party team. But in fact, even the independent candidates that's supposed to be standing, they can't do it. Even people from the time Belity and Fala got down to the deputy speaker place, people I had in my blood for Unity Party, for CDC, they started going gradually. Last night, and now they succeeded in getting whoever they want to get. It's okay. But I can tell you, like, bro, it's okay. At least I stood by you and stood by my word. With all of the pressure I had, I did it because my word is my word. If people will betray me, let them betray me. But I will stand for the cause, and I tell you, we will make sure their hearts will change. The right thing will be done once we in leadership. Even if they reject us, we will always stand up for the right thing.
We'll go to EMBC.
I can't hear you, Nathan.
You listen to Mema there from Bond County. She felt betrayed.
Well, politics. I think Mama, she took a chance at her own detriment, in the sense that she openly supported Speaker Kofa, but he never openly supported her. So I don't know why she would feel betrayed if he never openly supported her. It's his word against her word. She said, he promised me. Well, you promised in the open. You could have done the same thing as well, and you chose not to because you talk about integrity. But that's legislative politics, and it's messy. And so she played her chess mood first, and Fonati chose to keep the trump card, and he used his trump card to his own advantage, and that's politics. So I wouldn't buy the cash violence, and that's it has always been there. But as we look for a new Liberia, we do need people of integrity. I'm happy that she stood her ground and supported somebody who did not support her. I think we all saw it coming, but for her who's been there to not see it coming, and we who from the outside saw it coming, it tells me that her politics is not in depth. But hopefully she's learned her lesson. She's fighting for the right thing, but until you get the vote, you never have it in legislative politics. So even Richard Cohn thought he had it. It never came true. Even Fonatikofa sat down there and he was hoping against hope with his finger crossed that those people he communicated with would come true. So it could have gone anyway and it went his way. So yeah, but for Mama, I thought she should have seen it coming because Fonati never openly uh, 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 you know supported her. And so if somebody you support openly cannot support you openly, then you know exactly what the deal is.
Politics is dirty.
Politics.
That's Liberia and that's politics. She said, "Hey, I mean, I would never."
But that's what I'm saying. Even people were telling her, "Why are you supporting this guy openly?"
At least he got her vote because
Yeah. And he never voted for. I mean, I didn't see the nomination process. Was she even nominated?
no,
No.
that was what hurt her most. So she got outside and went running when she felt the momentum. She called a few press people, went running to have the press conference. And Thomas Father from there, the guys they would never they would always go with the CDC, and it's been speculating, looking at Musa Hassan Beriti, and looking at Thomas Father. The CDC wants a voice, and they want to hold, and the government or something. They want that voice. It's like you always say, if you are not at the what.
If you're not at the table, you're on the menu, right?
So the CDC heard that word
CDC
from
wants to
you.
be on the table, and like I said, I think we should sit back a little and see what this gonna be again. Like I said, the president said he's not running in 2029. That's opening up a whole new leadership crisis in CDC. Somebody will have to come up. Now, Forani Kofa being the speaker might take over CDC as the leader. I'm just saying. Thomas Fala is there. So there's a lot of people. The vice president, soon be former vice president, is also standard bearer of NPP, who also be head the coalition. Who knows? So that will open up for Fonati Kofa and Thomas Fala to be in the center. As instead of going far right or far left, they could be in the center so that the Liberian people can see them as people who can lead. And that's what it is. But I think from this process, I've learned when you're in a House or you're in the Senate, you got to prepare yourself because you don't know what's going to happen. Things can change, and so prepare yourself. Don't just sit there and just be an ordinary senator or representative. Position yourself, play your cards well, so that when the opportunity comes, you're better prepared. And that's what I think happened today, and that's what I think happened to some of the people. They were not better prepared. They were not cutting across the aisle, and so and if they did not do it with style, with integrity, so that they know that you owe me one, like we do here. So I'm hoping that people will learn the lesson from this point, so that our House and our Senate can help this country grow, because most of the problems that we have in that country come from over there. Most of the problem we have in the country come from the both houses.
Exactly. So let's take a word from our sponsor. When we come back, we'll look at other development here and this big story that surfaced on Sunday. President George Weah will come back. We'll look at more of his comments there from his church service as well. Let's take a word from our sponsor. When we come back, we'll look at other development. This is the Diaspora Talk. The lead presenter, Cyrus McGill, is not on. My name is Nathan Charles. Jackson George is there. And Joanne Prowse is also a member of this show. Let's take a word from our sponsor. When we come back, we'll look at other developments.
My name is Jackson George. I'm here from Liba. Thomas, Pro One Tax Services, been around for many years, right? Tell us a little about your business.
Well, thank you, Mr. George. I always appreciate you about being around. You've been a really big help to local businesses. So thank you for coming, visiting our offices here. So, Pro One Tax Service was actually called Dominion Group Taxes, and we've been around for about 20 years now. We've been around the place. We've been providing tax services to a lot of people, especially in the diaspora community. So we've been in this building, and we've been providing all these great services, and taxes and real estate and a lot. But this year we just decided to do it totally differently than what we've done in the past. Even though we've been giving out a lot of gifts, appreciating our clients, this year is just going to be different.
So this is the customer appreciation.
This is genuinely a customer appreciation, right?
Okay.
Right? So this year, what we are doing is, in addition to the professional services that we provide, right? In a very professional environment, we are giving out all of these gifts, over 200 gift items we have for people.
So tell us how it works.
So this is what happens. First of all, I call this gift icing on the cake. So we give you a great service, and then you automatically benefit or qualify to get a free bags of rice, 25-pound bags of rice.
Okay.
It's not here right now, but the picture is right there. Okay. So you automatically get that just for doing your taxes with us, right? In addition to that, you enter our raffle draw, and if you are lucky, you could be the winner of one of these big prizes we have here. We have the 75-inch television. We have multiple 65-inch televisions. We have 55-inch televisions. We have that refrigerator that's sitting out there, that mini refrigerator. We have vacuum cleaners. We got cooler jugs. We got air fryers. We got all sort of things around here. Matter of fact, we even got these chairs.
So how is it gonna work? You're gonna wait for the end of the year to do that, the end of tax season, or you're just people gonna?
Actually, we don't want to wait.
Okay.
We want to have all these coupons or these tickets pre-marked with the prices on them, and then we're gonna put them in that little swing thing here. So when you do your taxes, you come here, you swing it, and pick a ticket from
automatically.
There. So we are doing it simultaneously with the preparation of the taxes. Okay. We are not waiting.
Let your celebration begin with Park Liquor Outlet, your first Liberian-owned liquor store in the city of Brooklyn Park, Minnesota. We have everything that you need to set that special occasion or bride. For your next party or great get-together with friends, visit Park Liquor Outlet. We have great selection of beer, wine, gin, and many more at affordable prices. Our customer service will make you always want to come back. We are open Monday to Saturday, 9 a.m. to 10 p.m. and Sunday, 9 a.m. until 6 p.m. Park Liquor Outlet, your one-stop celebration store. We are located at 6315 Zine Avenue North, Brooklyn Park, Minnesota. Visit us today and feel the difference.
Welcome back to KMTV Diaspora Talk. Nathan Charles is my name. Sitting in the presenter seat, Jackson Josh is there, looking at what we've been discussing yet in Liberia. At long last, Liberia legislature has a new leadership. Young Kanga Lawrence from Grand Bassa County is Senate Pro Tem, while Abbott Chase outgoing, and from the House of Representatives, J. Funati Kofa, a member of the ruling party, but soon to be outgoing party, is now House Speaker, replacing Buffer Chambers. And also, Thomas Fala has been elected as Deputy Speaker at the National Legislature. They three people: Joseph Boka as President, Yomblin Kanga Lawrence, Abbott, what he named J. Funati Kofa. These are the three separate people who will be helping to run the affairs of Liberia. That's where I'll talk. Be looking into these people What is it for Liberians? What do we expect? And this big story here over the weekend, social media were flooded with the comment from President, outgoing President, uh, soccer star George Manuel Weah. And Liberia's President George Weah said during the Sunday Church series that he will not return to politics in 2029. The 55-year-old leader expressed his intention to prioritize his private life and contribute to regional peace initiative. I quote, 6 years from now, I will be 63 and I cannot work for 2 years. Therefore, the best course of action is to promote peace and prosperity for our country. And nobody is going to drag me into politics until I reach 90 years. President, we are noted. That's the comment there. And Jackson George, initially you've been talking about this, what it means for our democracy. A president who first said that, hey, 2029, I will come back and be a formidable force. Let's do good. And because you ministers, you are the cause while we're losing election. Few weeks he surfaced again saying that, hey, I'm not going to contest because I don't want to be old and and still doing politics.
I think things have resonated with him. I think he feels betrayed by the people who he brought along to help him manage the country. If you heard one time he said, "Well, I'm not a politician. People ask me to come." I think he really feel betrayed after 6 years. He sat back and looked at the country. He felt that his soldiers that he brought on did not deliver. Yes, the buck stopped with the president, but equally so, he knew at the point when he took power that he needed a lot of help, and so his lieutenants did not do well. And so, if you see, he conceded earlier, apparently because he was really mad that everything he's given in return, he didn't get much back. I'm not talking about the development or other thing, but he brought in the Samia Tue, the Magis, he brought in a government to help him do this, and it didn't work the way he was rejected by the Liberian people. But again, the election was very close. So I don't want to say rejected in a sense like it was a massive defeat. It was not 20 some odd thousand votes, was not as much to say it was a massive defeat. He's still a popular president, but I think he's looking at his future. And does he want to do the same thing again? Maybe not. Maybe in future things will change and he will change his mind. But for now, I think he's settling in and looking at the past 6 years, looking at what he could have done and what he could not have done, and saying, I call it a quit. I don't want to be deceived anymore. I don't want people, it's like the king have on no clothes and nobody can tell the king he has on no clothes. And I think for the last 6 years, everybody said, you're doing good, you're doing good, you're doing good, only to find out that if I just listen to the everyday people on the street, it would be different. Do they hit me? No. But would they tell me the truth? Yes. And I don't think that's what he did. I think he will still be one of the popular presidents in our country who will go down into history as a popular president. But in terms of his
Popular
function,
for what?
in terms of just popular, I mean, remember,
Maybe popular for something.
yeah, but he's popular because
Prince Johnson is popular for the bad reason. And,
well,
President Weah was popular for some other
it depends
reasons.
on it depends
What?
on it depends on what lens you're looking at him with. Uh, some people think he did well. I mean, again, uh, if he was so bad, it wouldn't be 22,000 votes. But no matter how you look at it, well, when I say popular, he's still pe- people who voted against the president voted against him because of the people that he had also. It was not because of himself. I think people still give him the credit to say if he had good, again, we can play it, but we're talking about Liberia now. If he had good followers helping him to lead, he would have done better. Um, but he himself has a responsibility. I think he will take. I think he has taken the responsibility. I think he has settled in with his responsibility, and he's saying, I don't want to do this again. I just want Liberian people to move on, and I think that way he is. I believe what he says. I listen to him. I think he, if you listen to him, I think he meant what he said. If he changed overnight, again, that's politics. But I think from where he stood, and if you look at him, he meant what he said. He didn't have to say it, but he said it. So it opens up a new door for people who want to run on the CDC ticket. It opens up a new door for new leadership of CDC, and so we'll see how it unfolds, and how he now would lead from behind a party that needs a lot of care.
Okay, a party that needs a lot of care, and we hope that hey, those elected to help transform our country must do that profession.
And the same thing will happen with Ambassador Barker if he comes in office and hire a lot of people who will not push his agenda but be self-seeking. That's going to be no different. I'm saying we want public officials to be to understand that they are public officials and they're public servants. They work for the Liberian people, and that's what we all need. It's time for us to start holding them accountable. It's time for us to start recognizing that we provide the paychecks, and so they should treat us with respect and not think that they're doing us a favor. Liberia has always, government officials and people in leadership have always felt they're doing the Liberian people a favor. And no, you're not doing us a favor, because your paycheck is we pay you. So at least give us respect. We respect your office, we respect your title, but then respect us too. We need better schools. We need a better healthcare system. We need better roads. Our children can no longer sit on blocks in the classroom. We need good pipe-borne water. All of these things are things that we need. So my form of respect is that if we're giving you respect, if we're putting food on the table for your family, if we're giving you all of these things, then give us respect in return by doing the things that are good for us. Give us the basic, better healthcare system, better schools, educational system. Give us, bring in technology, spend money so that our own children, or the least among us, can have food on the table for their kids as well. Let's invest into the private sector. Let's invest into agriculture, tourism, and the things that bring us. Let's go back to our concessions. Let's make sure that those other loopholes we are closing them, so that the Liberian people can benefit. But it's no longer a place where we will have people digging diamond in our country, and the places that are digging diamond do not even have a clinic. We're digging iron ore from a place, and then the iron ore company don't even build the roads. We don't even have roads linking. We pull in our logs from the southeast region, and the roads are bad. I mean, all of these, it really don't make sense. But as we matured in our politics, I'm sure that the Liberian people, too, as we all matured, the citizenry are maturing. I think the eyes are opening, and we'll do well.
We will do well, and we getting reports already. Already, it's like the senators. Some of them have started work immediately. We are getting reports that Momo Cyrus, few hours ago, he was elected to the Senate Committee on Defense, Intelligence and Security. He visited the Liberian National Police headquarters to acquaint himself with issues, and not only waiting to someone to guide them, but you have to acquaint yourself. So Momo Cyrus, he's already started working, because the moment you were sworn into office, you start your day work. And Momo Cyrus, he's from the security. He had security firms before. I think he currently has security firm and stuff like that. So he's the Senate Committee on Defense, Intelligence and Security. So he also visited the Liberian National Police. We are still getting watched on other lawmakers have been making phone calls, arranging for meetings with different.
Nathan, where we are as a country, we are not like the Western world. We're not there yet. So like you're saying, Momos Tars is going into, we need to develop the relationship. It's not like we're fighting each other. We all on the same team, looking for the only difference is that as political parties we all want development. Maybe we have different ideology, but it's all geared towards the same goal. What we do need in our country, we need people of integrity, people who would stand the ground and look at power and say that's not right. And I think that's what we have not had. everybody want to be on the right side of the president. Everybody want to be on the right side of everything else. But if that would take away my integrity, then I want to, I can. People should be able to stand their ground and resign and say the truth. And so if we get this legislature or these senators now to start doing the work, having oversight over the executive, visiting these people, getting the information, questioning them live on television, so the whole country can see them. I think our country would change. Look, I'm very hopeful for what I saw today, the process that I saw today in Liberia. This is my first time looking at the process, and
Oh,
this is my first time, and so
because you started talking now.
yeah, but this is my first time looking at the process. People might think the process was messy. I think this process was very, very transparent. I think it was very open, and I think Liberians are beginning to mature. And I think other countries should be jealous of us, no matter what the outcomes are right now. I think other countries will be definitely jealous of us. I don't know if other countries are in Africa doing what we did today, but our processes were open and transparent, and I'm hopeful that our country will change.
Yeah, hopefully our country will change for the better. So this is the Diaspora Talk. My name is Nathan Charles. We're looking at what's going on in Liberia. As you know, Liberia, the legislature went to election and they have elected new leadership that will help guard the affairs of the country, along with President-elect Joseph Boga. A few days for the inauguration of President-elect Joseph Boga. What are your thoughts, Jackson George?
Well, I think again we are optimistic. I think on January 22nd,
Yeah.
we have a 12 May Day. We have a new president. We have a different atmosphere. For
A
me,
week from now,
yes.
next Monday will be.
For me, I'm hoping that this new administration will pay attention to the private sector, Liberian businesses, will invest into creating a Liberian a business sector that is strong. I'm hoping that they will be open to that, sitting down with both Liberian businesses at home and Liberian businesses in the diaspora, and come up with a very good framework for economic growth and development. I think we in the diaspora have a lot to offer Liberia if we're given the opportunity, or if they create the enabling environment for us. I think we'll do well in Liberia as well. So I'm looking forward to a new country uh, where Liberians will be respected, where we will not call people zogos, but work hard to improve their lives, where we create opportunities for all and not for some. And I know it's difficult, but at least if we begin the process of building better healthcare system, I would say the healthcare system that we have right now, let's improve it. Let's make sure that we got medication and equipment in the ones that we have before we start building new ones. Let's make sure we're self-sufficient in the ones that we have. Our educational system. I want to see our education minister who will visit the schools and maybe close some of these schools that are not schools. Our kids can be sitting down in classroom with no cement on the floor, sitting down on sticks and 3 or 4 classes in one. Those things should not happen anymore. We want to see a country where we at least we are improving our roads, but let's do more to open up the southeast region. That's a whole group of people on that side totally disconnected from our country. A lot of resources on that end that could benefit Liberia. So there's a lot of things that we want to see, and we're eager to see. I can tell you this though: we have our issue as Liberians, but if we begin to develop and open our minds, our country will develop faster than any other country. So I'm looking forward to a government that will open up, put us on the table, and give us the opportunity to do business, and not strangle it Liberians and provide everything else for foreigners. I think foreigners have had easy path in our country as compared to Liberians, but we can't just give lip service to supporting Liberian businesses. We need to support Liberian businesses with seriousness. There's nothing that other people are doing in our country that we can do. But sometimes we are faced with obstacles ourselves create the obstacles, the government, our own people create the obstacle for us to not do business as other people will have done, so I'm optimistic. I'm hoping that this new administration will open its doors. We want to see a commerce minister that is business friendly, that is innovative, and be able to a quick nickel is better than a slow dime. So we're looking at so many different things, but I'm happy that we will have a change. And maybe sometimes we all want change, but we don't know what that change is. So we are looking at the Barker administration to will hold them accountable for what they say they're going to do.
What they say they're going to do. And this development, Supreme Court order a rerun a re-election in Maryland County involving Bubba's Chimos and Anthony F. Williams. As you know, Buffer Chimos accumulated a total of 8,024 votes, while Anthony Williams accumulated 8,105 votes. So that's Buffer Chimos went running to the court, and the Supreme Court order a rerun. That's the latest development there. Thanks so much for always forming part of the KMTV Diaspora Talk. And as you know, former Chief Justice Gloria Musu Scott and three others have been sentenced to life imprisonment, but the lawyer took an appeal, accepted the results, and took an appeal to the Supreme Court. Our reporter Jackie Dennis, hopefully the end of this week, will be filing out with the latest development on that case there. I would like to say thanks for always following the Diaspora Talk show, always be a part of our show. And before we leave, any parting comment to the Liberian people, what do you have to tell them, Mr. George?
Well, I think Monday will bring a new day. I like to see government, the presence of government again. I like to see um, the synergy. I like to see a country where we can go home and we have protection. Liberians should not be afraid to be in the street or being out because of violence or fear of being killed. I want the rule of law to work. And we're looking at a lot of things, and we are hopeful that this new administration, I think the Liberian people by themselves, we have come to the point where we just tired and we just want a country that works for all. So let's be optimistic, Liberians out there. Let's see what the 22nd will bring us, and let's see the first 100 days of the incoming administration, what they would do. And then, we can start building our own opinions as to what it's going to look like. But I would say let's give the process a chance.
Sometimes you have to talk before the process take
I
effect.
totally agree. I totally agree. But I would like to see the first five ministers. The foreign minister, the uh, the foreign minister. I like to see who the foreign minister going to be. I like to see who the justice minister going to be, who the commerce minister going to be.
I mean, these are all people right around the circle. So what you need, you're going to see
the defense minister, the defense minister. I like to see the first five ministers. Then we can start drawing conclusion as to what it is. Like I always say, I want to see young people in government as well. I will hope that we can tap into the universities and tap into young people and make them assistant ministers and director, so we can start grooming these young people for future. That's what I like to see. But I'm standing from the outside, so it's hard to say, but that's my view. If we can start grooming so many other young people, make them assistant ministers, start teaching them and training them, and grooming them to be the future leaders of our country.
And just over the weekend, I was looking at this document, Vision 2024. I know that was way in when it came up in 1998 when they had that conference called by Dr. Charles Takpanagange Taylor, Vision 2024. And I was reading the introduction, Jackson. And it is very much interesting. Few lines in that it says, let me get that a few lines. It says, for Liberia to be built better again, all Liberians and friends of Liberia must hang head, must
Yeah, but consult. Let's consult.
must hang head to decide the best way things the best way this big job can be done. Now, in the past, we left all our problems to government people to take care of. But as we all see, these problems are still not over. It says President Taylor think that the only way we can make Liberia a good country is for all of us to think and work together. Another line says, just the last line, for any Liberian or foreigners bringing trouble to our country, we should all hold together to stop that pressure because war is very bad. So yes, I
Well,
will
all of
agree.
us working together doesn't mean that we're all agreed on
Yeah.
everything. I think the willingness to know that we need to develop, the path to how we develop might be different. But for the general good of our country, at some point, we must put the nation first. And I think that's the idea. But to have all 5 million people thinking the same way, heading in the same direction, it can only be in a framework that we want to develop. And how we do that is how crafty the leadership would be to move the people. Back then we had from mat to mattresses, right? Everybody wanted to get from mat to mattress. Total involvement, you know so this new administration will have to craft the motion to get its people into believing in something. We have to believe in something. We have to want something, and that's where you lead the nation into what we want to do. If we want to feed ourselves, so then agriculture becomes the way of moving our country, and then we all can go around it. If we want tourism, if we want these things, if we want our businesses, Liberian businesses, to do well, then we have to to keep propounding the idea, framing it so that we all believe in it. I don't know for a long time if we have believing anything, like total involvement, higher height, or from mat to mattresses, all of those slogans that were you made that people follow. I don't know how far we've come, but if we have a leadership that would craft that into our heads, and we believe it, I think we all want to hope. We want to hope for a better Liberia, and that hope will give us the innovation that we need to be able to do the things that we need to do. The government alone cannot build our country. We need all of us. We need a private sector. We need to hold each other accountable. We need transparency. We need good governance. Corruption got to be cut down. We can end corruption, but we can minimize corruption if we automate our system so that money is not coming into people's hands like they should be. And we do have the technology now to automate all of our system. It shouldn't be that we don't have electricity, we don't have we got solar panels, we got internet, we can automate all of our system where we got major influx of money coming into our country, so that most of the money can go into our coffers. Again, when the money get into our coffers, how it's spent, that's for the legislature, the Senate to be having oversight over all of these committees, like the public works, all of the roads that are being built, all the money is being spent. We need oversight, and we need people to function. We can't work from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. as a country and expect that our country will develop. We can't have the bank closed at 2 o'clock doing business, and we expect that we have a country that's going to develop. We can't, civil servants can't come to work at anytime they want to come, 10 o'clock or whatever, and come, and there's nothing to do. So we need to reduce the government, put more money into the private sector, move most of the people that work for government into the private sector, and open up the opportunities for a lot of us. But people, you go to these ministries, you see people sitting there, there's nothing to do. Sometimes there's no power into this ministry, current gone, the people can't do the work. You can't blame them, but it all boils down to effectiveness and efficiency, and only a small and effective government can make that happen. But we have to open our private sector for this country to develop. The private sector will have to be, um, it has to be what it is for our country to develop, because government will not generate all of the funding by itself. If we got more businesses in our country, we're paying more taxes, then government will do what it has to do. But government cannot function without money, and government cannot just be printing money. There will be inflation, So we have a lot to do. It's not an easy task. That's why you need people who understand the workings of government, who understand, who've done there, who've been there and tested, but with integrity. That's how I want to end.
Indeed, but with integrity, Mr. Jackson George, there, our panelists there on the Diaspora Talk show. And before we leave you, let's give this sad announcement. The Liberian community over the weekend buried Boyka and Dolly. He's a Liberian. He was residing in the U.S. with his family. So I has up to the family, a very bright Liberian there, 2 master degree, and contributing greatly to our society in and out of Liberia. So our hats up to the family there, Boyka M. Dolly. He was laid to rest over the weekend in Minnesota, and his program was held at the Spiritual Life Church in Shingle Creek, Brooklyn Center. So indeed, we have these young people, and his name is famous in the Liberian community, Boyka M. Dolly. Let's say thanks to all our viewers. Hey, Liberia now has Senator Youngplay Kanga Lawrence as the Senate Pro Tem of the Liberian Senate, while Fonati Kofa is Speaker of the House of Representatives, followed by his own CDC stalwart, Thomas Faraday, who becomes Deputy Speaker. He defeated Musa Hassan Berete in an election held today in Liberia. So we say thanks, and we'll come your way next week. Thanks to all of our viewers there, our regular contributor, Emmanuel Bro. He always commenting, and all of those who've been viewing and sharing our program. We say have yourself a wonderful time from the United States of America. I see you when I see you.
When the issues of Liberia hit the news,
what is it that we, the Liberian people, want?
The Liberian communities in the diasporas are not left out. That's why Diaspora Talk is back on your screens on KMTV.
In fact, the United Party is not cohesive.
Be it social, political, economic, and other issues affecting Liberia and the diaspora Liberian communities.
I did not expect to even make it to Hollywood.
Join Cyrus McGee and Nathan Charles every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, 12 p.m. Central Standard Time, live on KMTV, Facebook, and YouTube.
I want to be arrested in the midst of my people.
As they discuss the issues, blend the voices from Liberia and the diaspora Liberian communities.
The Liberian Business Association in the diaspora should be used as a vehicle for economic development in Liberia, because no country can develop without a diaspora impact.
For sponsorship, call some numbers 612-806-5896, 816-433-3979, or better still, email us at usakmtv@gmail.com. Diaspora Talk, check this out. Let your celebration begin with Park Liquor Outlet, your first Liberian-owned liquor store in the city of Brooklyn Park, Minnesota. We have everything that you need to set that special occasion or bride. For your next party or great get-together with friends, visit Park Liquor Outlet. We have great selection of beer, wine, gin, and many more at affordable prices. Our customer service will make you always want to come back. We are open Monday to Saturday, 9 a.m. to 10 p.m. and Sunday, 9 a.m. until 6 p.m. Park Liquor Outlet, your one-stop celebration store. We are located at 6315 Zine Avenue North, Brooklyn Park, Minnesota. Visit us today and feel the difference.